Living in a world where someone is able to physically and emotionally strip you of any power you may hold is a place no one wants to be. After reading the novel, The Handmaid's Tale by Margret Atwood, I've come up with a thesis. In order to prove this thesis, I will be using evidence from the book, as well as the opinions of real-life people, because my thesis states that humans willingly comply to oppression, and not just the characters in the book. When allowed to express the smallest amount of freedom through relativism and personal expression, humans willingly comply to the social standard. Yes, there is always going to be political jurisdictions and people that hold power over others, but what is seen in society and is represented in the novel is that freedom is relative to one's position in life. One example of this is from our protagonist, Atwood. By rubbing butter into her skin and defying society, she's giving herself a sense of empowerment, and this empowerment leads to a sense of freedom in her own mind. Since freedom is intrinsic and subjective, this action becomes freedom to Atwood because she's doing it out of her own will, and it makes her be able to be more comfortable in her own situation in life. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that everybody has a different opinion on freedom.
Well, I play instruments and I like to make music, so that gives me a sense of freedom.
Maybe like reading a book because it kind of takes you out of the present moment in a sense.
For me, being able to play sports is freedom.
Fashion, or like the way people dress and represent themselves. So
Women who have received social power in their society, such as the fictional characters Serena Joy, Aunt Lydia, and Janine, abuse it in order to accept themselves in an oppressed society. According to Business Insider, people who have power among their friends, at work, and in romantic relationships lead happier lives. Knowing this information, it is easy to see that Serena Joy uses her power that she holds over others in order to feel content in her own life. As a wife, she is given a power over the household because domestic chores were seen as a woman's duty. She uses her power over Atwood and the commander by giving them orders and changing the rules at her own will. With no other outlet to express herself as a woman, the need to use this inadequate power becomes greater due to the need to accept yourself within society.
Yes, I would use that authority.
I think you probably would, even if you didn't mean to, but just because you have no other outlet to kind of express that authority, you'd probably end up abusing it within the one thing you do have authority over.
Yeah, I probably would.
I think I would use that authority. It'd be nice to have control over something, even if it's very small.
Another theme explored in the novel is rebellion. This rebellion comes in the form of communication, love, and language, all of which are forbidden in the Gilead society. Humans use rebellion to feel like they are making a difference in their own lives, even if it's in some small act. Margret finds a sense of herself when she discovers a newfound communication with fellow handmaid of Glen, love with her house's driver Nick, and a connection with the commander that allows her to read experiencing language. The participants in my experiment supported this idea sufficiently because all of these things are vital in living a fulfilled life.
Unable to communicate with anyone, you wouldn't be happy with your life.
No.
No, I would not.
I wouldn't be happy. I think that language is like power.
If there was no way to leave and then you found these things, then yes, like I would be happy.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think I would be happier if that happened.
Without any of that, it's almost this feeling of being alone.
If you're not allowed to communicate or you're not allowed to talk to people, you'll feel alone.
Because as humans, you have to interact with other people.
It is because you need to be able to communicate your feelings and just talk about everything so there's no misunderstanding between people.
This is how we learn, like by communication and by not having that, I think life is very limited. So.
In conclusion, if humans have the ability to experience any emotions or sense freedom outside of society's rules, they will comply to oppression. Conformity to social oppression is accepted because, as Atwood says, people will do anything rather than admit their lives have no meaning. Even in a society where women are oppressed, it is easier to accept the small amounts of happiness they have rather than try to escape. The truth is, complacency is present in everyone's life, and people will only endure society if their own needs are met above others.